What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and of course, I got some new news for you concerning Triple G. The man has an opponent for May 5th. He has replaced Canelo Alvarez with Vanis Martirosyan. Martirosyan, I don't think he's fought since the Lara fight, and it was a close fight. I had Lara beating him, but you know, but he's always a game guy, and I hope he gets compensated well because he did like a true fighter. He rose to the test. He's another guy that's coming from 154 like Gabe Rosado did back in the day. To take on the middleweight champ. The question is, does he have the type of skills to beat Golovkin? Can he keep Golovkin honest? Can he keep Golovkin at bay? I don't know because I don't know what type of condition he was in. You know what I mean? Martirosyan hasn't fought in 2 years. So was he training? Was he a gym rat? That makes all the difference. If he was already training for a fight, and he just wants, and he dropped out of that fight to be a part of the Golovkin sweepstakes, and that's what I say. And that's what I would do. But I mean, he did move to 160. Martirosyan has a good jab. He's a pretty decent boxer. I think he likes to engage, and that's the type of fight Golovkin likes. And I think they targeted Martirosyan because he was a guy that will engage. He's not crafty. He's not this and he's not that. But I look at it like this. Of course, I don't care who you are. I just, I'm gonna call it like I see it. Well, they couldn't fight. He couldn't fight Lara. But it just lets you know where 2 years before, back in 2016, Lara was campaigning to fight Golovkin. But there were no contracts signed. I understand all that, but now it makes you be questioned. Lara beat this guy, so if he goes in there and runs through Martirosyan, knocks him out, people are going to question the legitimacy of picking that particular fighter since he was that easy to knock out, So it's not really a thing of bashing Golovkin. It's a thing of really trying to protect him, when the bullshit happens. Because he goes in there, he's going to get criticized. If he goes in there and takes him out in 4 or 5 rounds like he did Brook, everybody's going to say, oh, you're beating up little dudes where it's already guys there to fight you. And that's true. Jamal Charlo, I'm pretty sure he would have dropped out of his fight, however, to fight. But it's really Jamal Charlo fights tomorrow. So he really, you couldn't just say, let's, drop out of a fight that you've been campaigning, because that fight got pushed back. But if a couple weeks ago, that's what that fight would have been. That would have been a better fight. However, he may have to face Jamal if he continues fighting at a later date. Deverenchenko, he was another guy, another undefeated middleweight. I think that Deverenchenko wasn't as polished, because of the his lack of experience, but he is a game fighter. But it's just weird to turn down a fight from a guy a couple years ago that beat a guy that you're fighting. You know what I mean? I just think that's a head scratcher, man, because it's like, well, Lara just fight and he lost a tough, close fight to, Jared Hurd. But you also got Demetrius Andrade, however you say it. Some people pronounce it different ways, but, he would have took that fight. He campaigned for that fight, why not put him in there if he just needed an opponent? So saying all that to say this about particular guys they overlooked, I think they overlooked them intentionally. They didn't want a risk. It's not going to be on pay-per-view. It's going to be on HBO. I'm going to be watching it, So, but I don't think that Martirosyan, again, we don't know what type of shape Martirosyan's in. We know he has a good heart. We do know he has thin skin because he's been cut several times in the same place. I think it's his right eye. that gets cut really bad and he bleeds. He's like an Arturo Gatti. That skin is very thin. So, I don't think he has to worry about Golovkin cutting him, more or less hurting him. Because Golovkin is a come forward guy that fights behind his jab. Martirosyan is a good height though. I think that he could have moved up, and acclimated to that weight, a while ago, and but he's at 160. What else? Martirosyan, he's a pretty decent puncher, but he's not a power like he doesn't have like solid power. He has good power, So we just need to see what he'll do in that. But the thing about Golovkin, if he knows, he will test out what Martirosyan can do first, and if it's anybody like Willie Monroe Jr., he's going to have a feels day, and he's going to give the fans what they want to see. Because Martirosyan does come to fight, and so does Golovkin. So each time, this fight's going to be a good fight, because it's not, you don't have you kind of have like a boxer puncher versus a boxer puncher, because both of these guys are, they fight, they like to throw bombs, so and Golovkin can be hit, but he doesn't get enough credit for his defense. But if he can feel that he can take his punching power, he won't respect him, and he's going to walk right through him. That's my prediction of this fight, But again, Vanes Martirosyan, he's went up to the bat a few times, against Andrade, against Lara twice, Jamal Charlo. Or was it Jermell? I think it was Jamal Charlo that he fought, but he's lost all 3 times. So he's going up, and he's going out for the bat again. I wish him the best of luck. Again, that's what champions do, or that's what real fighters do, rather. He has a championship heart nonetheless. So we just got to see what he does on May 5th, because it's like 2 weeks away, right? So, I hope he gets compensated. I hope he gets couple mil for fighting Golovkin, and give the fans what they want to see. You guys tell me what you think about this Golovkin-Martirosyan fight. Of course, please subscribe. You guys been counterpunched. Peace.